What's up, guys? This is Kataro from ETX Gaming, and today we're going to take a look at Destiny. The new expansion comes out on September 20th, so for those who are new to the game, I'm just going to kind of give you a quick tutorial. When I first started playing this, when it very first came out, it was a little confusing as to what you're supposed to be doing, so I thought I'd make this guide for anybody who was interested in playing it but didn't know what it was, just to kind of give you a feel of what the game entails. So the game will start out, you will go through like a tutorial thing where it'll show you how to shoot and do all that. But once you get free roam, you will start here in what they call the tower. So, and of course these are other players that that are around. So I'm just going to go through and show you a couple things, that way you're not completely lost if you're playing for the first time. First off, these things are like your extra storage, so you can access your vaults. They carry, they'll hold your weapons, they'll hold extra gear, and they will hold materials. As you can see, I've got a lot of materials in here. So basically that's just like storage, because your person can only carry so much. If you hit the... I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, so if you hit the triangle, as you can see, you can change weapons on your back. The option button, this brings up your character and all of your basic inventory and settings. So you can equip different types of gear. The gear that you want to look at attack. Basically, that's what you're looking for. The yellow ones are going to be legendary gear. All the purple, well, not legendary, exotic. The purple is legendary. Basically, the system goes white, green, blue, purple, and yellow. So when you start off, all you're going to have is like white gear. As you go through the game, if you're playing on the story mode, you will eventually get purple gear. It kind of drops in the story, so it's not impossible to get purple gear. The exotic gear, those are a little bit harder. You can get those on raids or trying to think what else, or strikes, which those don't happen until you have to completely beat the game. So, but you can actually do pretty good damage if you have the purple gear. Also, with the yellow gear, the exotic, you can only equip one for the weapon and one for the gear. So you can have multiples, like you see right here. I've got the Don't Touch Me's, which are gloves. I can't equip those because I have this helmet equipped. Now if I switch out, then it'll let me do it. Okay, let me go back quick. So the first focus when you very first start is I can talk, I promise. You want to get to level 40. That is the max level in the game right now. After you get to level 40, then you're going to worry about light level. This right here is your light level. This level is based on your gear. As you can see, you know, the 296, 297, blah, blah, blah. So this is based on your gear level. And your weapons. Combines both of them together. So even if you're level 40, you still want to be as high as you can. Now this is not, I'll be honest, this is not very high. I haven't played in a while, so I think you want to be in the 300s and stuff to do the new things like the King's Raid and all that stuff. You want to kind of be in the 300s. You can do it with 290 if you have a party, but it's not recommended because you're going to die all the time. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. But everything in here is soloable on the campaign quests. You can do those by yourself. It's just a lot harder, but you can do it by yourself because I've done it several times with other characters that I have. Alright, so that's the light level. Then you have these three things right here. So intellect, that is basically your special effect. As you can see over here, you've got classes. So when you start off, you're only going to have one class. Once you hit, I can't remember what it is. I can't remember the level. But once you hit a certain level, you can go and get another subclass. I have all three unlocked. So this is my, I'm doing the Night Stalker. I'm on a hunter. So these are the classes for the hunter. You have the Blade Dancer, which makes you, your special is you become invisible. This is the Gunslinger. Your special on that is you get a golden gun, like in the the 007 GoldenEye game. You get the golden gun, which can one-shot kill people, and then you have the Night Stalker, who can shoot arrows, which basically they'll shoot it's like a void arrow, and it connects everything. And I'll probably show you guys that here in a minute. But so I have the Night Stalker. So this is the NLX. So this is the special. So when you're playing the game, which I'll show you once we get into actual combat, you'll have a special meter. Once it hits the level, you can use your special. So you can't use it all the time. You can't spam it or anything like that. But this tells you how long you have to wait until you can use it again. The discipline, that is for your grenades. It tells you how long you have to wait before you can throw grenades. Once you throw your grenades, you have to wait a certain time. And then this is melee, which it also gives you, sometimes you get special stuff like on the Hunter, on this one I have smoke bombs, so I can throw smoke bombs, but only after 57 seconds. I have to wait 57 seconds. So that's the cooldown time. So on my Hunter, this was my main character. This was the one that I focused on a lot. I really focused on my intellect, because what I do as the Hunter is I will shoot the void arrows, which will bind everything together, and then use the arc edge, the blade sword, to create orbs. Orbs is what gives you the specials. Of course, when I create the orbs, I'm creating them for my teammates. So I can hit the people or hit the enemies, create the orbs for my teammates, and then they can collect it and they can build up their specials. So that's kind of what I've based my character on, is to help the other players. So yeah. So you're let me go over this real quick. So I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out the gear. It's not that complicated. You got boots, chest, gloves, and a helmet. And it is specific to characters, so only the Hunter can have Hunter items. You have a Warlock and you have a Titan. The Hunter, in my opinion, the Hunter is basically the fighter. He's the secondary fighter. So he can be a tank, which would be like up front, but usually you want to stay a little bit back. The Titan is the tank, basically. He's the one that's going to do the most damage, and he's going to be the one that's up front in battle. And then you have the Warlock, who is basically your magic dealer. They each have different characteristics based on your class, whatever class you pick. So you start off, you have your primary weapon, special weapon, which is like a secondary weapon, and then heavy weapons. Sorry. So primary weapons, for me, for the Hunter, I use auto rifles. Some people like hand cannons. It kind of depends on your style of playing. So I have auto rifles. That's just what I like. You can get pulse rifles. I got one right here. For special weapons, it can be shotguns or sniper rifles. I have sniper rifles. I don't really care for shotguns. Again, that is your preference. And then for heavy weapons, you can have rocket launchers, machine guns, or you can have this arc edge sword, which you have to do a quest to get. And you'll get to all that once you go through. I'm just kind of giving you guys a basic tutorial for anybody who's new and wants to play, because I know when I started playing this, it was a little overwhelming, especially because there's not really a guide. I mean, they'll go through everything, but you kind of have to fumble around and figure it out yourself, unless you have a good group to play with, and then the group can help you. But for me, I had a good group to play with, but there might be someone out here who doesn't. So that's your character. Basically, that's it. If you hit this is kind of just special things that the game will give you. So, this is your bike. You get a speeder. You will get that during a quest, and then you can go buy more. That's the horn for the speeder. Of course, you get a ship, which you will get that again in the quest. Emotes, which you can buy. These were free when they brought out the emote expansion thing, so I got these for free. And then emblems, which, as you see up at the top, is my badge. Also, you can unlock some of these yourself, or you can go buy them at the store. And then shaders, which change the color of your gear, so you don't look like you're just wearing like a mix of stuff. Actually, I look pretty good without the shader, but yeah, let's wear the black one. Okay, so that's kind of it. Oops, let me go up here. So then you got your inventory, which that's pretty basic. That's inventory. This right here is basically your gold. You use this to buy stuff. This would be, you can use this to buy special gear, and not sure what this is. I can't remember what the rare coins are for. And this is your faction, which we'll also go over. Okay, so let me give you guys a brief tour of the tower. The tower is like the main hub. Everybody assembles here. So first you have the Cryptarch. When you're doing missions, he will drop, sometimes you can get gear that does not identify out on the field. So when you have that, you come in here and you bring him the gear. He will identify it for you. So that's what he does. This is the postmaster.
Checking. Check.
Basically, if you drop anything out in the field, this can include items or gear. Like if you're playing a battle and you just miss it, sometimes it will be here at the postmaster. And every time you see something with the little green thing, that means you have something. And I have chroma in there, but I'm not going to get that right now.
What are you looking for?
This is basically the buying part of the game. You don't have to do this. This is not required. It doesn't affect anything. But if you want to, you can buy like emotes and all this other stuff. And all it is just things that make you look fancy, that said, hey, I purchased something in game. It does not affect your skills. It doesn't affect your level or anything like that. Okay, so the next thing, this is the bounty guy. Now he's going to give you open bounties, which I don't know when you can, I can't remember when you can access this, but basically they're like things you can do in game to gain experience or money, stuff like that. So we're going to grab a couple of these.
Checking. Confirmed.
I'm not going to do that one. Let's do that one. What is this for? Get 5 kills within 3 seconds 5 times. Take that. Take that. Take that. What's this one? Okay, I'm not gonna do art because I don't have my art blade up. These are normal missions. These are crucible missions, which is player versus player missions. I'm not gonna focus on these right now. Like I said, this is a tutorial. I might do it again later, but there are different missions depending on what you want to do. So I'm grabbing the ones for the just normal missions. This up here, whenever there is a special event, this was open. It's not open right now. You can't get in there or anything. But if there's a special event going on, this opens up and you can use that. So that's the basic area. Let's go down here real quick. Alright, so if we come down here.
Taken King defeated.
Yes, shut up. So you have Eris. She also gives out quests. She is also part of a DLC, the very first DLC. This is the Crucible guy, and Crucible is basically your player versus player, and they give you stuff. You can buy stuff from them. I don't buy anything from them because it's not worth it. Now this is where you do get the swords, so if you want to do the sword quest, you have to come to this guy to do it, to get that. But all the gear and everything, all the gear that I've got, I've picked up just by playing the game. I haven't bought anything. Now there is another place, and I will show you guys that. We're not doing that right now. Okay. So this right here is basically your Vanguard table. So whoever you decide to, whatever class you decide to be, Warlock or Hunter or Titan. So here's the Warlock person who gives out quests. This is the Titan who gives out the quests for the Titans. And this is our guy who gives out quests for Hunter. So he doesn't have any quests right now, but you can also buy stuff from him. Again, the stuff you can buy, it will drop in the game. So I wouldn't waste... I mean, it's up to you if you want to, but I wouldn't waste my time because, as you can see, it's low level anyway.
Bring back some stories, Guardian.
Yeah. Okay, Cade. So, I don't know. It's kind of up to you if you want to waste your money. I didn't buy anything from him. Over here, I know it's a lot to go through, but we'll get there. We'll get through it. This is blueprints based on all the stuff you've collected over the course of the two DLC or the two games that came out. So as you can see, I have all the year 1 stuff, and then this is the year 2 stuff, which I only have a couple of those. These are the items, the exotic items. There's the ones that drop during either the raids, or you can buy them from a special person.
We need to get a hold of
But
this.
I don't know. He's not in here. I gotta find him. And of course, this is same deal. Blueprints for the guns. Year 1 guns. I mean, I wouldn't even mess with it. They're there, but the best. Let's see. Year 2 guns. Yeah, I don't have it. Thunderlord is a really good machine gun. I have that one. The other one you want is Galahorn, who is a not heat seeking, but I guess it's a seeking rocket launcher. I had that in year 1, Galahorn. That is one of the best rocket launchers in the game, and of course that's my opinion, but I really thought that was one of the best ones in the game until they moved to year 2. I haven't been able to find it yet. You have to get it in a drop. The other ones, Suros, very good auto rifle. Trying to think of what the other ones are. Some of these I never got. A lot of people like Bad Juju. A lot of people like Red Death. The multi-tool. A lot of people like the multi-tool if you like scout rifles. Again, I prefer the auto rifles. The Suros is a mix of both. It can be automatic or it can be scout. So you can do either one with the Suros, which is why I like that one. And the Thorn. A lot of people like Thorn too. And I used Thorn for a little while. It's a pretty good hand cannon. Again, I'm not good with the hand cannons, so I don't mess with those. And of course you got fusion rifles and shotguns. I don't really know any recommendations for shotguns because I don't use them that much, so I can't help you there. Icebreaker, that is an excellent sniper rifle. Patient in Time, I've had both of those. Those are really, really good. And actually I have, I think I have Patient in Time right now. Yes, I have that one right now. And Hereafter. Okay. So that's that. Run down here real quick. Okay, so these are your quests.
Like the Traveler, I only got a year left.
Cade. Okay, so these are your quests. So if you go into your options, you're going to see this thing next to your character that says quests. These are all the quests in the game. They will pop up as you play. If you don't want to do them, you see the button down there that says abandon. So you can always abandon quests. I don't know why you would, because I think these just keep stacking. Unless you just don't like them in there, which I think that's why I got rid of that one, because I just didn't like it. So, but it will track your progress for you, so you can see how much you're doing. And these over here are all the bounties that I grabbed, which I actually had some extra bounties and I haven't done those yet. So that's this. Real quick, this is your roster. So your roster will tell you like your friends. There's all my friends and some that aren't online. These are all the people that are in the area right now. Yeah, that's been it. So here's the other thing, and this was something that I had to figure out on my own. Fire team. This option right here is your privacy settings. So right now I have it set to close because I'm doing this and I don't want someone to join because I won't be able to talk to them. But you can set it to where invite only, friends only, or public. If you set it to friends only, that means friends can just randomly join you if they're on your friends list in PlayStation. Invite is obviously you have to invite somebody, and public is just anyone can just drop into your party, which we'll see once we get out there. I know this is a long tutorial for this area, but I wanted to cover everything for any new people that wanted to know what this game was about.
Ah, damn, I envy
Because who wants to buy a game and then say, ugh, I wish I hadn't bought this game. It kind of sucks.
The dreadnought still.
And I won't lie, I haven't played in a very, very long time. So, you know. Over here. Alright, so that was all downstairs. Everything downstairs. Over here, this is the gunsmith. Again, never bought anything from him. But if you want to, you can buy guns from him. The only thing I ever buy from this guy is the ammo, which this is the heavy ammo, which is for the sword, the machine gun, and the rocket launcher. This is your sniper ammo or your secondary ammo, so shotguns and stuff like that. That's your primary, or no, that is your heavy. What is this? Oh, consumable. My bad. My bad. Okay, these two right here. These are the only things I ever buy. Most of the time I will buy the special ammo for the sniper rifle just because I do a lot of sniping. So, you know, it's your personal preference. Again, you don't have to buy it, but it's there. So, let's go through here. Through hallways, randomness, down here, tower hanger. Okay. So this is your, well, this is the tower hanger. Over here is when we have factions. So throughout this, alright, shut up. Shut up. Nobody cares. Shut up. Okay. So what we have is we have a couple factions here. I'm sorry I can't remember them all, but I will show you where they all are. So that's the Dead Orbit faction, which is what I'm a part of. All that this does is if you get a faction, anything you do, points will go to the faction. After you get so many points, you can buy, you know, special gear and stuff like that from the faction. So, let me show you guys real quick.
Good to see you back, Hunter. What brings you here?
So, you can buy this stuff. If you're just starting out, it's good to get a faction so you can earn this stuff.
He doesn't look
And
happy.
as you can see, it's the legendary marks that you need to get. So, none of this stuff is worth anything to me, so I don't have anything. When I did start the faction, I actually did have, I believe I had the boots. I actually think I had most of this stuff. I actually still think I still have that. The stats that you have on your gear, you need to watch for those. Get the ones that are going to affect your types of guns and your abilities. Obviously, you don't want to get something that's not, like if you're carrying a sniper, or not a sniper rifle, but a hand cannon, you don't want to get something that's going to increase the amount of stuff for the auto rifle, because you're not going to use an auto rifle, you're using a hand cannon. I mean, it's kind of common sense, right? So, that's all this is. I have Dead Orbit as my faction just because I like the name. I don't ever buy anything from him, but I give him points. Alright, this is your Vanguard.
We are here for you.
Again, more guns. Materials, if you need materials, you can get them out in the field, but if you're lazy, you can come over here and buy some of them. None of this, as you can see, 160, not worth it. Just not.
Whatever you need to continue the fight, Guardian.
Yeah. I thought it's not over here anymore. Or maybe it's up here. Yes. Alright. Well, we'll go to that in a minute. Let's go over here. So,
What do you
the
need?
Vanguard, just, it's the same deal as the faction. You have Vanguard and then you have faction. It works the same way. This is the shipwright. If you want, you can buy vehicles. You know, if you want different colors, they all do the same thing. They, you know, same deal with the ships. If you want a ship, you can come over here and buy one. Of course, they use the Glimmer, which I mentioned earlier. And then over here, this is where all the ships are. So they tell you what they are, how to get them. And then these are the ones that I have, which I didn't focus too much on ships, so I don't have very many ships. So I didn't have very many ships. These are your speeders. Oh, come on. So, like I showed you earlier, my speeders, These are the speeders that they have, and the ones you can buy, or yeah, basically you buy it if it's in the store. If it's not in the store, you can't get it. These two you get from raids. This is from a trading company. That must have been a special event. This is from the player versus player. It'll drop in the player versus player if you're lucky. Alright, so that's that area. I think there's something, I think there's another faction up here. Yes. Future War Cult faction. Same deal. Okay, so it's asking me to switch, but I'm not going to do that. But basically same thing, you know. It's a matter of, I guess, colors. They're like rainbow colors. They're the Rainbow Cult. Rainbow Cult, then you got the Black Cult, which is the Dead Orbit. And then you got the Red Cult, which we're going to go see here in a minute. How do I get down? Let's go down here. Let me show you this, guys. Down here. Actually, I never come down here. It's only, so I guess these are emotes. Yep. As you can see, I have no emotes. I have those two. That's it. Nothing. Don't need them. Don't use them. Not here for emotes. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, okay. So, there is a guy called Xur. And you guys will probably meet him. They don't introduce you to him, you kind of just have to find him. He shows up on the weekends only. So Friday, I think he's there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He leaves on Sunday, and I can't remember what time. But he shows up in random areas, so he's not always going to be in the same spot twice. So if he shows up, he could be back here. This is one of the areas that he will show up at. Obviously, he's not back here. That doesn't mean he's gone. It just means he's not back in this area. He will show up either here in the tower, or he will show up in the other tower, which I can show you guys where that is, but we won't be going to it. It's, well, maybe I'll do something about the other tower. I don't know yet. Let's get out of here though. Okay. Alright, so we went through here. Let's go over to the other way.
Eververse is open for business.
Nobody cares about the Eververse. Alright, let's go to Tower Watch. Now you would go through this when you get to the tower on your first mission if you're playing through the mission. Ah, birds! This will pop up. You have to come down here because the speaker's down here. Over here, another faction, New Monarchy, all red. Look at him. Very weird. This is emblems. So previous emblems, basically it's the, as you can see, it's the thing with your name and the, yeah, your light level and your level. These are all the emblems you can get. Oh, that one's cool. And they tell you how to get them. You can get those in Crucible, you can get those in raids. These are the ones you probably start with. They will drop, so you know you'll get that SRL, which is a racing thing. These are from vendors. You can buy these. And more vendors, and then promotionals. Like if you got the DLC, like I got that one, you can get those for more promotional. This is shaders. This is all your shader collections. Look at all the colors you can be. Again, this is not required. This is where you buy all this stuff. So, you come in here. These change. I think there's a stock refresh after 17 hours. All of this will change and will be something different. Don't worry if you see something you want and you can't get it now because you don't have the money. That's fine. If you come back whenever this refreshes, it will be back here eventually. I've seen that happen a couple times, like that one. I've bought that one before. And then of course you got all the colors down here. If you hit details before you buy, you can see what you're going to look like in that color. For me, that's important. I don't know if you guys care about that or not, but you know, I like to see the different colors. That's Undercity. Yeah, it's not me.
Good
So
luck,
that's that
Guardian.
area. I like the black. I wish I had a black cape, but I don't. This area right here, again, this Xur might be here. Obviously, he's not here, but he might be. That's another area that he spawns. Another area that he spawns is over here in this corner. Sometimes he will spawn here. He's, again, not here, so he might not be in this tower today.
Battling out for shacks today?
I don't think he comes over here. I've never seen him over here. So, in here, we have, this is
No, we aren't ready.
the speaker. You'll come to him for quests, so he's part of the questing thing. And I'm not gonna give any spoilers. You'll meet him. But anyway, he sells materials. Some of these materials you need for weapon upgrades. Motes of light. What else does he sell? This, which you use ascendant shards to do this. Never do this. Keep all your ascendant shards. You will need them. You can get glimmer from anything. As you can see up there at the top, I have 18,000 glimmer. I mean, you don't need to do that. Don't do that. Just don't. Same with radiant shards. Never trade your shards. Always keep everything you get. These are so rare. At least they are when I was playing. Both of these. So if you get these, just hang on to them. Don't trade them for money. That's not what you need. He sells ghosts. He sells cloaks. Stuff like that, if you're starting off. And he does a restock too. So all of the materials won't change, but the equipment will change.
There is still much to do and learn.
And there's his
beyond this
ghost, as you can see. So yeah, that's it. That's basically the tower. I believe I hit everything. So, yeah, that's it. That's your preview of the tower. I hope you guys like this. If you do, please leave a like. Again, I was doing this just to be informative because the new DLC's coming out. A lot of people are going to be playing. Well, maybe. But if you're kind of on the fence about it and you want to see the game, I might do a couple of these just to show you an overview of what this looks like. That way you know what you're getting into when you're playing. So in the next one, we might go out on the field a little bit. I'll give you an idea of the combat style. This was all in over-the-shoulder third person. It's not like that when you get out on the field. So, but we'll go over that in the next one. So please leave comments if this has helped you or any feedback. If you like this video, please subscribe to keep up to date on any other videos I might do of this or anything else I might do. Yeah, so my name's Kitaro. This is ETX Gaming, and we will see you soon. Bye!